All right, history hunters, settle in close. Today we're diving deep, peeling back the layers of a story that mainstream history tried to bury for far too long. The Black Wall Street Massacre in Tulsa, 1921. What happened in Greenwood was no accident. It was a brutal act of violence fueled by deep-seated hatred and greed. But beyond the well-known horrors, there are shadows, whispers of truths that are only now beginning to see the light. Get ready because we're about to uncover 10 of the most mysterious and hidden points about this tragedy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the History Hunt. I'm your guide, and today we're venturing into the heart of a forgotten American tragedy, the destruction of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You might think you know this story, but trust me, there's so much more that has been deliberately kept in the dark. So lean in, open your minds, and let's unearth some chilling truths together. Think about it. A seemingly minor incident in an elevator between a young black man, Dick Rowland, and a white woman, Sarah Page. The accusation? Assault. But here's where the mystery begins. Charges against Rowland were swiftly dropped. So why did this spark such unimaginable violence? It's highly probable, folks, that this encounter was twisted, blown out of proportion, or even entirely made up to ignite the tinderbox of racial tension that already existed in Tulsa. Imagine the whispers, the rumors spreading like wildfire, all based on a shaky foundation. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Was this a genuine crime or a convenient excuse for something far more sinister? Now this one still sends shivers down my spine. Eyewitness accounts from Tulsa residents and survivors paint a terrifying picture. Private planes soaring above Greenwood, not just observing, but actively participating in the destruction. They dropped firebombs, likely filled with turpentine or kerosene, onto the homes and businesses of black families. Think about that image for a moment. This wasn't just a ground-level riot. This was an aerial assault on American civilians, right here on U.S. soil. It raises so many questions. Who were these pilots? Who authorized this? This detail, often overlooked, suggests a level of premeditation and organized violence far beyond a spontaneous outbreak. The official count? A mere 36 lives lost. But listen closely to the stories passed down through generations. The whispers of mass graves. Historians and survivors estimate the true number of black residents murdered could be as high as 300. 300 souls. And the horrifying part, more than a century later, we are still uncovering potential mass burial sites. Imagine the scale of this loss, the families torn apart, the lives extinguished, and the official records barely scratching the surface. It speaks volumes about the deliberate downplaying of this atrocity. We often think of law enforcement and the National Guard as protectors, right? But in Tulsa, the reality was sickeningly different. Reports suggest that instead of quelling the violence, some members of law enforcement and the Oklahoma National Guard either stood by passively or, even worse, actively assisted the white mobs as they looted and burned Greenwood. Think about the betrayal, the complete abandonment of duty. The very institutions meant to protect citizens became complicit in their destruction. It's a chilling reminder that justice isn't always blind, and sometimes it actively chooses a side. These weren't just shacks. These were thriving businesses, beautiful homes, built with hard work and pride. Black residents of Greenwood had insurance policies, believing they had secured their futures. But when the smoke cleared and the ashes settled, the insurance companies slammed the door in their faces, citing riots as an exemption. Can you imagine the utter devastation? Not only had their community been destroyed, but the financial safety net they had painstakingly built vanished into thin air. This wasn't just about physical destruction, it was about economic annihilation, designed to keep the black community down. For nearly 80 years, this horrific event was practically wiped from the pages of American history. Generations grew up without knowing that Black Wall Street ever existed, let alone how it was brutally destroyed. This wasn't accidental, it was a deliberate act of historical erasure, a conscious decision to bury the truth. Think about the power of silence, the way it can distort our understanding of the past. Why was this story kept hidden for so long? What were they trying to conceal? The name Black Wall Street wasn't just a catchy phrase. Greenwood was a beacon of black prosperity, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of its residents. It boasted doctors, lawyers, banks owned by Black individuals, theaters, and luxury shops. A self-sufficient and thriving economic powerhouse. And here's a crucial point. This success likely fueled the envy and hatred that led to the attack. Imagine the resentment some white residents must have felt seeing such Black excellence. This wasn't just about racial prejudice. It was about economic jealousy, a desire to tear down what they couldn't build themselves. Think about the scale of the destruction, the loss of life, the blatant injustice. Yet for nearly 80 years, the U.S. government remained largely silent. No federal investigation, no prosecutions, no compensation for the survivors. It wasn't until the 21st century that there was even a formal acknowledgement of the massacre. And even now, reparations have not been made. This decades-long inaction speaks volumes about the systemic racism and the disregard for Black lives that permeated American society. After the unimaginable violence, the surviving Black residents of Greenwood faced further dehumanization. Thousands were rounded up, held at gunpoint in makeshift internment camps. They were forced to wear identity tags, their freedom contingent on being vouched for by a white employer. Imagine the indignity, the further loss of autonomy after enduring such trauma. This wasn't about restoring order. It was about control, about reinforcing a system of white supremacy, even in the aftermath of such brutality. Even today, the earth beneath Tulsa holds secrets. Recent discoveries strongly suggest the existence of multiple mass graves containing the remains of the massacre victims. Excavations began in 2020, and some human remains have been uncovered, offering a tangible link to the horrors of that time. But many potential sites remain undisturbed, unconfirmed. Think about the lost souls, their stories waiting to be told, the physical evidence of a crime that was deliberately buried. The search for these graves is a poignant reminder that the full truth of Black Wall Street is still waiting to be unearthed. The story of Black Wall Street is a stark reminder of the fragility of progress and the enduring legacy of racial injustice in America. These 10 hidden points only scratch the surface of a tragedy that deserves to be fully understood and acknowledged. If you found this journey into the hidden history of Black Wall Street eye-opening, please hit that like button and share this video. And if you want to join me as we continue to unearth the forgotten stories of our past, make sure to subscribe to the History Hunt. Your support helps keep these crucial narratives alive. What are your thoughts on these hidden aspects of the massacre? Let me know in the comments below. We have so much more to explore together. Until next time, keep hunting for the truth.